This is Biker Dad, brought to you by the lovely law firm and the National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers. Hi, this is Chris Best, the Biker Dad. I left my 25-year corporate career to ride motorcycles and tell stories, and today that adventure brings me here, back to the beach. Myrtle Beach Bike Week, the spring rally is back in full effect. There's no COVID restrictions, there's no concerns. There's nothing but fun partying from Myrtle's Inlet all the way to North Myrtle Beach. And we've got it all for you, starting right here at the legendary Beaver Bar. All right, it's the Myrtle Beach Spring Rally. Let's roll. Have you ever sat at your job and thought, what if I just got up and left? Tell that horrible boss to take this job and shove it. Have you ever wanted to just walk out? What about burnout? Well, that's exactly what I did, but I didn't just quit. I left my 25-year corporate career to ride motorcycles and tell your story. Daytona Beach, Florida, where you can actually drive onto the beach. Rick Fairless, a legend of his own, introduced me to Richard Rollins, Mayfield, Kentucky, Southeast Missouri, beautiful city of Knoxville, Tennessee, Gulf Coast of Mississippi, Florida coast and the Tampa Bay area, Orange County Choppers, Roadhouse and Museum, talking to Paul Tuttle Sr. himself. But make no mistake, this is not a show about motorcycles or even about me. Instead, I travel across the country to meet the people who use their passion for motorcycles to make their communities stronger, safer, and better. This is Biker Dad.
My name's Tom Richard. Came down here from Buffalo, New York. It rained a bit of the way, but stopped in Virginia overnight, came down here last Saturday. A friend of mine has been coming for 10, 12 years, and we were involved in a motorcycle accident last year and he passed away. So I decided to come down with his family and stuff and keep the tradition alive. Michael Altenberg, he was a fire chief at my fire department. I've known him for 30 years. A great guy. He was a state corrections officer, a brother right through and through. And he loved to ride. Me and him put a lot of miles on together. And we were coming back from a trip when it all happened. He's definitely here with me. His daughter came down for a little bit. We went riding around and stuff. Got to see everything that he saw. He loved the burnout pit, so we were checking that out last night. The brotherhood and camaraderie here is amazing. Everybody's been awesome. And it's like 85 right now. I love it down here. It's awesome. The rally's great. Plenty of vendors to go see, tons of stuff to go check out. The concerts and stuff like that are awesome. It's just a real laid back atmosphere. It's the best week I've had in a long time.
In Myrtle Beach at the spring rally, it's a little warm, but it's just now getting heated up as far as the fun goes. Right, Justin?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's an awesome time right now. We're rocking and rolling. It's going to be 100 degrees today, so hopefully we get some action in. We got the sound wars going on behind us, so we're not going to be able to hear ourselves think in about a couple hours. So awesome bikes coming in.
Yeah, so we're getting the interviews in while you can actually hear us. Yeah. You can walk around the rally and it's awesome and everything, but a lot of these folks here are obviously not from Myrtle Beach. So tell me what the actual local Myrtle Beach biker community is like.
So it's awesome. They give back. They're great people. If anybody needs to raise money for a fallen biker, for the disability, special needs, autism network, anybody, they are the first to get out there. They raise the most funds, and they have a great time doing it. And they're always trying to give back to each other, to the community. And it's down here. We're down here in Georgetown County, Horry County. Those are our main two spots here. And the rally really helps bring everybody together, both locally and out of state. They all come here, and a lot of people have been coming here for years, right? It got small, kind of when Myrtle Beach had that helmet law, and it slowly has built back up. And this year, I mean, it is just blowing up. But to get back to your point, we're local, okay? I moved down here in 2009. My wife's been down here since 2008. I've vacationed in Myrtle Beach since I was a little kid. So, I mean, Myrtle Beach is home. Myrtle Beach and Charleston, that's where we're at. We know the players in the legal community. We know the medical providers that we got to get people to. And we're friends with all these biker-friendly businesses. So we're glad to help out any way we can as a firm, as a person, whether or not it's a case and you become a client.
Yeah, and speaking of biker-friendly businesses, we're standing at the Beaver Bar right now. And the last time I was here, I got to meet Leslie Beaver. She's pretty private and didn't want to really do an interview, but one thing I learned about that experience, I won't say the number that she said of how much money they sell in just beer in one day during this rally, but I could retire on it. But what she kind of just slipped in there was she donates 100% of what she makes at this place and more, because she has other businesses that she really makes her living off of. So I'm sure that's a big reason you partner with Leslie in the Beaver Bar.
Absolutely. I mean, she's local. She's great. She's always helped me out, as a person and as through our business. We've been down here for the last several years, and I don't set up anywhere else during the rallies now. I mean, the Beaver Bar is where it's at.
And it's a lot of fun and hot women and cool bikes and everything else. So come on down to the Beaver Bar when you're in town the next time. When there is a rally, I'll be here with Justin.
Her biker dad.
Hey guys, it's Rainey Romero. We are here at the Myrtle Beach Spring Rally. We're really excited. I'm chatting with Mac. Mac, what's going on today?
Got a big old sound competition. Sound Wars, been around since 2019. A lot of the loudest bikes in the nation will all be here competing.
Pretty exciting, and we are here with Biker Dads. We're reporting to you with Biker Dad and also the Myrtle Beach Biker Lawyer, Justin Lovely. You gotta love him. So what are you guys judging on? Is it like how loud it is, how clear it is? What are you judging?
We judge on sound quality. You gotta play the right song, gotta play the right volume. Don't want no scratchy stuff, don't want no, we call it parking lot pimping music, with all the nasty words and everything else in it. So it's all about sound quality. Everything's gotta be balanced. Don't want stuff hurting your ears, don't want it too loud. And then we put on a good show for the crowd.
That's pretty cool. So what are the times that this is going on? When do you announce the winner?
We go through all the classes, and then they'll, depending on how many are in each class, we'll either take the top 2, top 4, top 6, depending on how many is entered. And then from there, they'll go to the final round, and then they'll judge again, and in the final round, and they pick the winner.
Okay, and they're rolling in right now, so we can see them. We're blocking them, so they're going around us because they're awesome. But Mac, tell me, how long have you been doing this? Where are you out of?
I'm out of Childersburg, Alabama. I got a shop down there called Rusty's Garage.
What do you do at your shop?
I do motorcycle audio. I build a lot of competition bikes. Audio is real big with everybody, just from daily rider bikes, what we call them daily riders, to parking lot pimping bikes, to where all they want to do is go to the lot and play out. Then you got the competition bikes that pull into the ring. But mainly right now, all I do is a lot of competition bikes.
Yeah.
That's big bikes.
Makes sense.
From 6 speakers on up to over 20. With
20 speakers on a bike?
over 20,000 watts.
That's crazy. I cannot wait to hear what this sounds like. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, there's one of my old bosses, Troy Milner from Audio Concepts. He's got probably the baddest bike in the country, if not the world. Zeus, over 20,000 watts. It's got, 40 some odd speakers on it, and it's like being in a concert. I mean, it's
That's
loud.
insane.
It's loud. I mean, it'll rattle the walls.
So really, you just need to book this bike. If you want to have a concert, just bring the one bike in,
Right.
You're good to go.
That's right. Yep.
So what does the winner get?
We get a ring, and then here at Beaver Bar, at all the Beaver Bar shows, Leslie puts up a cash reward, so all the winners also get cash. So they get a cash and a nice gold ring with diamonds around it.
How much cash we talking?
It depends on what she gives up. Normally it's like $200, $300. Sometimes I think it's been up to $400 or $500.
Okay. So how many are entered right now, or how many are you expecting?
If all of them show up that played yesterday, they had almost 100 bikes yesterday.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Last year here we had like 110 bikes entered last year.
I'm excited. So when are you announcing the winner?
At the end of the night, it'll be once we're all done.
Okay. So this is an all-day event.
Yeah, it'll be this evening before we're done.
Okay. Very cool. Is this your first time here, or are you here year after
I've
year?
been, 7 years now.
Is your own bike in this?
Yes, my bike, my wife's bike, one of my customers' bikes, but his radio quit working, so he had to withdraw.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, but me and my wife are here today supporting.
Okay. So what got you into this?
Actually, pretty much everybody here, we're all like family. I mean, we're extremely close. We go from Sturgis all the way up in through the Midwest, Ohio, Iowa, Chicago, West Virginia, South Carolina, Florida, and we're going to be at my place this year in Alabama, Tennessee. We got 16 shows with Sound Wars this year, so we go all over the country.
What about what got you into like audio customization in general?
The people. Just meeting them, and we have a great time. I mean, it's like a family reunion when we all get together, so we have a great time.
Did you do it for like cars before you got into motorcycles?
I've always done motorcycles. I've pulled around with cars in high school, but this is what I like. I've always done bikes.
All right, well, pretty cool. We are excited to find out who's going to win this thing. I can't wait. Hopefully you. Is that fair, though? Is it fair for you to win your own one?
Well, I don't host the show, so I'm just a sponsor.
Okay. So you don't judge it?
No. I do judge in classes that I'm not in. If I ain't got no bikes in it, I'll judge in there, but I'm not judging today. We got two guys that are, one of them is local here, Brad Small. He's a hell of a judge and a hell of a competitor. He's building his bike right now, so he's not competing. So he's going to be judging. And then Daniel Hearn, hell of a guy, great bikes. He's been around a long time, so he knows his business too. So we got some pretty tough judges, so got to be on point.
All right. Well, thanks for chatting, Mac. I appreciate it.
Anytime. Thank you.
All right, folks. There you have it. Sound Wars. Mac's doing it up over here. Thanks for watching Biker Dad. And stay tuned with us. Be sure to check out Myrtle Beach Biker Lawyer, too. See you later.
This is Biker Dad, brought to you by the National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers.
Dude, I still get PTSD from it. I've woke up smashing into a car. It's not cool.
Robert was hurt on his motorcycle when the at-fault driver failed to yield the right-of-way and struck his motorcycle head-on.
The lady had run a red light. She panicked and turned towards me, almost hit her head on. I don't know how I survived it. That was a bad one. That's a bad wreck.
He tries to get up and realizes, wow, I cannot stand up. And he looks down and realizes that his foot is partially amputated.
They call it a heavy deglovement. My foot actually got stuck when the bike was so sideways that I couldn't get my foot out, and it almost ripped the foot off.
Robert's one of the toughest guys I know. His adrenaline was pumping so much that he had the sense to get his cell phone out and start recording all of this.
I was in a fog. I mean, I was in a hospital for right at a week.
Like most bikers, Robert did not have health insurance. And so when he came to the lovely law firm, we said, Robert, don't worry about this. You know, you got to get your treatment. We have a network of providers that we can work with that will treat on what's called a letter of protection. If you don't have health insurance and you go to a medical provider and you say, hey, I need treatment for my wound in my foot, and you don't have an attorney behind you, and they don't know there's a third-party way to recover, unfortunately, the U.S. medical system, you're screwed. You're not going to get anything.
My medical bills were $774,000 on this accident. $750,000. They don't want to pay that.
And if you don't have representation that knows how to fight these insurance companies, you're never going to get the recovery you deserve.
And this is why you hire attorneys like Justin Lovely and them.
He trusted the Lovely law firm. I think that we performed above his expectations.
You know, they did help me get back on my feet. So I consider myself completely blessed.
This week's Bike of the Week is Mean and Green. It looks like a bagger, but it's not really. So tell us about the Bike of the Week.
So it's a 2019 Heritage. The previous owner, he'd done the bat wing fairing on it, put the radio in it with the speakers also. And it's got the 114 on it. It's got the black finish. And he also put on a detachable tour pack.
So you don't see a lot of Heritages with fairings and tour packs. I mean, you do every once in a while, but so this definitely is pretty much a one-of-a-kind bike. You had to get the fairing painted to match the bike. So the thing about this fairing, it is quick release and detachable, so if you don't like it, you can pop it off. The stereo just unplugs. I know this because I had one on the Heritage that we're building right now. I took it off, took the fairing off and sold it because we're turning it into a cholo bike and not a touring bike. We're taking the opposite approach. I like the big floorboards on it, all blacked out. The black crash bar is cool, so it's all black and green. You don't see a lot of green bikes. So it's got the skull on the gas cap. It's got, where else does it have it? On the floorboards, on the primary cover. I'm a big fan of Willie G. It's all over my street box. So. And these, I can tell you, come in really handy, these little extra wind guards. We don't get really cold in Alabama, but I have ridden my bike in the winter with those on there, and it's really good.
Yeah, so it should help with wind deflection too, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it definitely keeps you a little less buffeted and a little warmer in the winter. All right, that is the, what year is this again?
It's a 2019.
Mean Green 2019 Touring Heritage.
Hey, this is Paul Sr., and you're watching Biker Dad TV.
April Valley here, Miss Heels on Wheels, coming to you from Loudon, Tennessee, where today is our very first Garza Gives Back ride-in at the drive-in. We're out here with cars and bikes. We've got vintage bikes, vintage cars, food vendors, and of course we have DeCarlo, featuring Tommy DeCarlo, the lead vocalist of Boston since 2007. That's right, Boston is Tommy DeCarlo, lead singer Boston, is here playing with us live. We've got riders coming from everywhere. We've got riders in from Alabama. We've got riders who came in, the Whitley group from Kentucky. We've even got some riders who came all the way from North Carolina to partake in this. So, like I said, we are a big group. This is our way of giving back. Everybody that supported our division, the motorcycle division for Garza Law in the last year. So we're super excited. Thank you everybody for your support.
Riding season just kind of kicking off here right now.
Yep, pretty much this is how we're going to kick it off. This will be an annual event. So every time we get to the end of April, early May, we're going to do this event to kick off the riding season. That's one of the big things. We're always promoting safety here at Garza Law for our riders. We want to make sure that they come out and have a good time, but then also get home safely. So also make sure that when you're out there, you're looking twice for motorcycles. We had a big surprise and a nice treat for all of us out here is there is a nationally known church. It's a biker church over near Nashville.
He's been attached to my hip since he was this slow, so obviously riding motorcycles when I started, he got into it, so yeah.
Yep. They have a free clinic, they have counseling, they have chiropractor, they have health care for that community. They came all the way from over in West Tennessee to spend the day with us. They brought some custom choppers. So that kind of support, it's amazing how much support we've had out here for this event.
Okay, I'm Brad.
I'm Ashton.
Yep, father and son duo, yep.
How old are you?
19. I'll be 20 in June.
Cool. How long have you been riding?
Let's see, 5 years now? 4 or 5 years, probably.
Yeah, about
How did you get into it?
First time was riding on his 77 Shovelhead, and as soon as I was done on that one, I knew from that moment I would like riding bikes. Mine's a 2015 Harley Street 750. Right now it's just got a little over 6,000 miles.
I got an 06 Dyna lowrider. But obviously you can see the crash bars on it and everything else. So, but honestly, this isn't my favorite because I have a 77 lowrider that currently is sitting at the house probably crying at me.
This is Biker Dad.
We always try to do the right thing, and we've noticed that God has blessed us tenfold over. That makes me want to cry. He's blessed us tenfold over because we try to do the right thing. People call us, potential clients who become clients, and they say, I just thought, State Farm, Allstate, Geico, I've used them for 20 years. I thought that they would do me better than this, that they would do the right thing. And, we hear that time and time again, and they just don't.
Some insurance companies can be very bad, but with me, I was blessed. They took care of most of it, thank God.
When an insurance company gets involved, they're looking out for their shareholders. They don't really care about the injured person. You've got to level the playing field. They've got a team of investigators, a team of adjusters, a team of lawyers, unlimited resources, right? And to the average person who's unrepresented, what are they going to do? They can't compete with that.
An elderly lady ran through me through an intersection, and it was so bearable that I couldn't even walk.
So Thomas was in a really catastrophic accident.
And it was so bad that he was unable to walk. He couldn't stand up straight. He was bedridden, and he was truly afraid he was never going to walk again.
The pain was so bad, I didn't think I could do anything. And I called Justin, and he told me he'd do anything in his power to help me. It was God sent. Because I just had to focus on my health, getting it better, and get back to work. And that's one thing, it's priceless, because there's a lot of attorneys out there that don't do that. They're more like a family-oriented type law firm.
Yeah. I've made a mini lasagna to put in a freezer because, you know, those first days when you're coming home with these injuries, it's like, you know, with Thomas, they didn't think he would walk again, and he came home. The last thing that his wife with 3 children is wanting to worry about is dinner. I get that. I'm a mom.
They allowed me to get my life back to where it is today.
We're just glad that we can be there to give them some reassurance and to help them along the way, because this is what we do.
This week's Tech Tip is brought to you by Mobile Bay Harley-Davidson.
Hey y'all, it's Kim over at Mobile Bay Harley, and for this week's Tech Tip, we're going to talk about gas mileage. So we all know, right, gas is expensive. It's over $4 a gallon in most places, and you should be running premium in your Harley-Davidson. To get the most out of your gas mileage, here's a few tips. Make sure that your air pressure is correct. You can also run nitrogen. We have a nitrogen machine in the back. If you're interested in that, come talk to our service department. That will help your gas mileage. Another thing that you can do to get the most gas mileage out of your motorcycle is get your regular maintenance done. So we suggest every K service. You can also bring it in every 2,500 miles for an additional oil change. That should help keep your gas mileage at the optimum level. Also, keep a steady speed. We know that a lot of you guys like to ride fast, but the steadier that you keep your speed, the better gas mileage you'll get. On average, in a touring motorcycle, you should be getting roughly 40 miles to the gallon, which is way better than most cars or trucks. And then evenly distribute weight and take out any weight in your motorcycle that you don't need, just like a car, right? Make sure that your saddlebags, your tour bags, your tour packs don't have anything that's unnecessary in them, especially if it's something heavy. Ride safe. Again, this is Kim over at Mobile Bay Harley-Davidson, and that was your tech tip of the week.
Biker
This
Dad.
Back on 2 segment is brought to you by the lovely law firm and the National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers.
My name's Keith Randall. Well, I was on my way to work. It was 6 o'clock in the morning. I had the green light. The other side was green with a caution for turning. The lady that I hit she made a left-hand turn right in front of me. There was no time to brake or stop. It was instant. Destroyed the bike. It fractured my ankle and dislocated it, and I've got 3 or 4 pins in it holding it together. My pelvis, as a result of hitting the gas tank as hard as I did, it open book fractured my pelvis. So to put it back together, I've got 4 pins in the front and I've got 2 in my back. And when I hit, I don't know whether it was the handlebar or just the impact of the crash, but my right arm, it snapped the bone clean in 2 right here. It wasn't just a simple break. The bone literally broke and went the other direction. So my arm went that way, and it tore this way down through my arm.
Yeah, he was coming this way, and she was turning left, coming right there, going that way. And right there is where she hit him.
They need to pay attention, because the true insanity of these people in the roads is just that. They get behind the wheel of their car and it's like they leave their brains on the doorstep. Because they always say, I never saw him, but to me that's just an excuse. They saw him. I know they saw him. She saw me. And I rode a loud bike, so I know she heard that bike. It used to wake up my neighbors.
Yeah, she was turning here, going this way, and that's where she hit him right there.
Wow.
My phone rang, and it was his phone calling me, and it was the witness that actually saw the wreck happen. And he said he had been in a wreck, and we found out where exactly he was. I didn't know how bad he was injured yet. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if he was okay. I didn't know. The only thing is I could hear him screaming, and I asked the other guy that was on the phone. Yeah, and I knew, something was bad, because he's tough. It takes a lot to hurt him.
I mean, I had the whole freight train lights on the front of my bike where it looked like the 3 lights coming down the road plus the signal lights.
What kind of bike was that?
It was a 99 Roadster. You know, I know blind spots exist, but when you turn in front of somebody, you're just not paying attention. It's just that simple, regardless of what it is. I'm getting another one. This next spring, I'm planning on getting back on it. I'm going to have to modify it, but I'm going to get back on one.
Hey, I'm attorney Justin Lovely here in Myrtle Beach. We're here at the Lovely Law Firm. Also have the Myrtle Beach Biker Lawyer brand. I ride here. I'm a lawyer here. We live in the community, work here with my wife, my law partner, and you know, we handle a lot of motorcycle injury cases and really any kind of legal issues that the biker may have. We want to be their trusted legal advisor, and if it's something that I can't handle in-house, you know, we'll put them in the right spot and refer them out. So Amy and I wrote this book about 3 years ago. We actually have we've got a second edition coming out with some updates in the law. But we found a problem with people just that they'll go and they'll buy a motorcycle. They obviously want to ride. They're just listening to what these salesmen tell them, and they're not really educated as to the insurance issues and problems they're going to have when they own this bike in South Carolina. So what we've done, a lot of it's common sense, a lot of it's the law, and then a lot of it's our opinion on what we think you need to do. And it's been downloaded, and we've given it away to thousands of bikers in Myrtle Beach and all of South Carolina. Every time we have a rally, it's one of our hot swag items. Anybody who wants, I give it away for free. Got it on our website in a digital form. And I think it does a good job of, you know, educating bikers and the whole riding community on the front end, so it can better prepare them hopefully they don't need me, but if they do need me, they're better educated. It tells you about, like, people forget their the hand signals, for instance. Forget that. It talks about underinsured motorist coverage, the different types of injuries and how to treat them, different weird facts. A lot of it's really intuitive because all this data comes from the National Highway Traffic Safety Commission. They do a study on motorcycle cases, and it comes out every few years. But you'd be surprised, like certain places on the highway near your home, times of day, times of the week when these accidents, serious accidents happen. And if you can avoid those, and obviously, you know, common sense will tell you it's the popular riding times, but if you can come 30 minutes before, 30 minutes after, it could save your life or keep you from, you know, falling down. So any bunch of little tidbits like that are in here, and we've got great results from it. Again, we're working on a second edition, and just let me know, we can get it out to you.
Hi, this is Chris Best, the Biker Dad, and I've never been in a major motorcycle crash, knock on wood that never happens. But if it ever does, I know that Justin and Amy with the Lovely Law Firm have my back. That's it for this week's episode of the Biker Dad TV show. Thank you for coming along for the ride in Myrtle Beach, and thank you to the Lovely Law Firm for bringing my TV show to the Fox station here in Myrtle Beach every Saturday and Sunday. You can watch the Biker Dad show all over the country and on my YouTube channel. Just go to TV Biker Dad for all of that information. All right, we're hitting the road to the next adventure. We'll see you next time. Until then, look twice for motorcycles.
My name is Mike Carlano, and you watching Biker Dad TV.
Yay!
Yeah,
Good job.
got it. Yes.